What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes, and today we're doing something truly special. Right here behind me is a home where the family has been just down on their luck. Their HVAC system, no bueno, dead. Leaking refrigerant, leaking water, and they can't afford a replacement. And without heat or AC, life gets real uncomfortable real quick. But here's the thing, thanks to Mikey Pipes Philanthropy and the incredible team at ACIQ, along with our generous sponsors and donors, we're stepping in to change that. We're installing a brand new ACIQ Extreme Plus heat pump system, top of the line, and it's 100% free. All the material, all the labor, it's on us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 central air conditioning systems at this home here. One is for the master suite, one is for the ground floor, which contains 3 bedrooms, and the large one right here is for the living room, dining room, and kitchen area. This one right here is the problem. Not only are we leaking water, but we're also leaking refrigerant. We turned on just the thermostat of this system to make sure we got the right one going. We're gonna start decommissioning this. I got my Viver refrigerant recovery machine. I got a brand new recovery tank pulled into a vacuum. We're gonna suck out the refrigerant in the system and get the show on the road. This is what community is all about. So stick around, watch the magic happen, and let's give this family a fresh start with comfort that they can rely on. All right, folks, 5 minutes to 8 here in the morning. I have the Schrader core valve removed on my suction side. I'm gonna open that up. Oh, we got a crack in the hose. Oh man, that really sucks. All right, take 2. And then I'm purging out the air through the hose, through the recovery machine. We're gonna close that valve. We're gonna open up this one. The negative pressure in our recovery tank is gonna suck in as much refrigerant as it can. Let's turn our machine. We got it set to recover fast. Now, while we're doing the recovery of the refrigerant, I'm gonna take you inside and show you what Daniel and Derek are doing right now in decommissioning the air handler and prepping for the new air handler, the Extreme Plus by ACIQ. A remarkable machine, communicating capabilities built in, but you can use it with any thermostat. It's awesome, check this out. Now, the great thing about the ACIQ Extreme Plus air handlers, automatic switching, dual voltage. Whether you got 110 volts here because you're taking out a gas furnace, or you got a cheaper air handler. It also handles 220, either or. There's no configuration, no jumper to move. Just hook up L1, L2, or L1 neutral and ground, and you are good to go. Look at that. Keep in mind, it's not 13 millimeter, it's loose. And it's not 9/16 either, but the 13 millimeter and the 9/16 socket will work on these shipping bolts. It's neither one, like plenty of wiggle room. All right, the unit is gone. This is the WBB 300, a wall mount bracket for heat pump condensers, ductless mini splits, or unitary equipment like this, side discharge. Has a max capacity of 300 pounds. Not a sponsor of the channel, but I like Rector Seal so much better than the Versatech for their brackets. Nonetheless, we're not putting it back on the floor here. We're gonna put it on the wall using the bracket. Crucial measurement we have to take, center of our mounting bracket holes. We need to match that up with the 2 feet for the bracket. All right, I used all of the included wood lag bolts with washers, and even used the mini torpedo making sure that we're level. And I stood on it and it didn't go anywhere. So I'm confident that we're secure to the structure of the home. Before I put the front grill back on with the screws, I'm gonna bolt that into the front ones because the condenser fan motor grill is in the way, and it's just easier with it off. So let me see if I get the homeowner to help us and put this unit on top of the wall mount bracket. All right, folks, the unit is on the wall. Now, one of the great things about ACIQ, build your brand or really move mountains with your HVAC business, all you got to do, throw your sticker on there and it becomes yours. If you need to call ACIQ for support, if you're not the installing dealer or registered contractor with ACIQ, let's just say it's going to be much easier to have support with them if you have a relationship with them. So if you're interested in becoming an ACIQ dealer, go to aciq.com/mikeypipes. Tell them I sent you. They'll give me an attaboy, and they'll really hook you up with special Mikey Pipes pricing. Check them out, aciq.com. There are 454B systems, A2L compliant, whisper quiet operation from 1.5 tons to 5 ton, side discharge, operates up to negative 22 degrees of outdoor ambient temperature for heating and 122 degrees outdoor ambient temperature for space cooling, air conditioning. Awesome systems. I'll tell you more about the features and how this system really shines later on during the install process. All right, my electric is wired, L1, L2, ground. I'm a righty, not a lefty. Plus, it's all the drugs in my younger years. You know what I'm talking about. All right. We have a ground there. Let's see if I could fish a wire through there. Ground wire's in, folks. We're gonna put a bend here. Put a bend there. Let's see. I put a bend right here. Line that up. I'm gonna put a bend, a 90-degree bend right here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. 90-degree bend right there. We're making progress. All right, folks. 9:20 in the morning. Time for a hydration break. Let's talk about the Extreme Plus temperature performance. As I said earlier, these systems deliver efficient heating all the way down to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, while still providing cooling in a scorching temperatures of 122 degrees. At 0 degrees, this unit provides full heating capacity. Even at negative 22 degrees, it still delivers about 80% output, reducing reliance on backup emergency heat. I get so many questions, folks, from around the country. Mikey Pipes, should I get the heat strips? What do you think about the heat strips? What size should I get? I'm like, listen, unless you live in Alaska at the North Pole with Santa Claus, you don't need heat strips. Why? Negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, 80% heat output. 0 degrees, 100%. And that leads us to the next huge benefit here, the advanced inverter technology. This unit features a variable speed inverter compressor that self-adjusts BTU output based on real-time demand. Basically what that means, folks, is that you have a dimmer switch here for your lighting. You may not need 100%. Maybe you just need a little bit of more ambient light so you can read that book or eat dinner or whatever. You have a dimmer switch on your compressor. You're not going to get that anywhere else except inverter-based technology. It's awesome. And you have these smart sensors. So it's a learning condenser that gathers performance data for optimized efficiency over time. And unlike a traditional central air conditioning system with that on and off compressor, either it's on or off, pedal to the metal, you have soft start technology which helps maximize efficiency and reduce wear and tear and stress on the components. All right, I just finished the low voltage communication wire. I'm using 2-wire from S1, S2, and I put it in 1/2-inch Liquidite up just to protect it from the sun. That's all. It is non-polarity. This is RS485 communication. So it doesn't matter what colors you use on in or out, but I like to keep things the same. And I did put it on reverse. S1 is supposed to be, we normally make red, so I'm going to reverse these just so I don't have any problems, because even though it says non-polarity, I like to just keep everything the same. If you're not going to use communicating, you can still use your traditional wiring, RC, Y1, cooling 2, and of course your reversing wire, and these two are not being used. Good. And let's move the charging hose from the nitrogen tank to our 3/4 inch line, because that's what Daniel is brazing right now to extend the 3/4 line and the 3/8 line. All right, so basically we hardly have any detectable pressure flowing through our straighter core removal tool. That is set to braze. We're fully open right there. Perfect. So Daniel's going to extend the 3/4 and the 3/8 line. Let me go upstairs. Yeah, I can show you. All right, it is 10:45 here in the morning. Let's talk about feature number 3 of the ACIQ Extreme Plus heat pump inverter system. All electric ducted design. This thing's awesome, by the way. Designed to connect seamlessly with existing ductwork, offering the benefits, more benefits than your traditional mini split inverter systems, but for the whole house. So if you're looking to electrify your home, this is an ideal solution for an all-electric configuration. Or it can be integrated for a dual fuel setup when you pair it with a gas furnace and an evaporator coil with a fan coil, for example. Awesome. All right, it is time to do some nitrogen testing. Fully open. Slowly climbing in pressure. Closed. That cap is on. Excellent. Get my JB Climate Class Probe app open. All right, slowly climbing. We'll try to get that up to about 350 PSI. All right, folks. 1102. So 1102, looks like we're going to be at 280.2.3. It's bouncing back and forth. So it's, oh no, actually it's 1101 according to Apple. 280.2. See you in about 15 minutes. All right, it's 1104. I just removed the charging hose from the nitrogen tank from that port, only because I went to 280.0 on there, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have a valve on here. Let's just keep it that way and see how we are. And I really suss this connector, this straighter core removal tool, Appion. I suss that very much so, because it's a few years old and I'm just not happy with that. So we're at 278.7 right now, folks. It's 1105, 278 and 7/10 at 1105. Catch you in about 15. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time to vacuum down all the non-condensables, the atmosphere, everything that's in that line set and the evaporator coil. We need to remove that from the system. And in order to accomplish that, I'm using the field piece, the VP67. This is their 6 CFM dual stage vacuum pump. Not a sponsor of the channel. I bought that bad boy. Just like everything you see here, I bought, with the exception of that. That was given to us by ACIQ. I'm using the Blue Vac Plus Mini, the micron gauge, hooked up to the field piece. Cool little straighter core removal tool right there. And then the Appion as well. I'm gonna open up my valve, open up that valve right there. That's open, that cap is on there tight. Let's fire up. Let's vacuum down the system. This may take approximately half an hour, could take less, could take much longer, but depends on how wet and how much moisture is in the system. The cleaner and drier the system is, the faster this process will take. And the reason for that, ladies and gentlemen, is when you have moisture in a system at atmospheric pressure, and then you bring it into a vacuum, right? You are going to boil off that moisture, and as water or moisture is boiling off, it's expanding like thousands and thousands of times its original size. So when you boil off like a little pocket of moisture or a droplet of water, God forbid, right, it's going to rapidly jump up. But in this case, we kept the system tight and dry. We had an R410A system here to begin with, and we minimized the exposure of the open line sets to our atmosphere. And that's evident by, it's not even been 2 minutes, and we're at almost 3,000 microns. Beautiful. I'm using both hoses. This is by Appion. I got the Vito Pro Pack hose holder case. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I like these hoses so much better than the ACIQ Tools, the True Blue evacuation kit that I spent like well over $1,000 for with the micron. Forget it. Don't get me started. And I have 3 sets of them. Should have bought this. Fraction of the price. Does the same thing in almost the same amount of time. All good though, folks. All good. 1,520 microns, 1,450, 1,400, 1,350. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you know what? I haven't changed that vacuum pump oil in quite some time too, and she's still working like a champ. Gotta love it. While we're letting the system vacuum down, we're 850 microns already. Some more features about the ACIQ. I know I've been pointing just to the outdoor unit. Indoor unit, let's not forget that, right? We have literally, it's beautiful, slim fit, modern looking, multi-positional air handlers, make it easy to install in those very tight spaces. And guess what? If you're doing it by yourself, you got to get it into a closet on a second floor, you got to get into an attic, and you're there by yourself, right? You can easily take out the blower motor and the evaporator coil. I'm not saying you should do it as a one-man job, but you can get it done as a one-man job. I've been there, done that. I'm sure many of you have done that as well. But slim fit, modern looking, sleek, rounded corners on the air handler. Really make it a modern piece of technology, not the old school air handlers that you see squared and boxy, you know, for, I don't know, for as long as I've been alive. It's crazy. Whisper quiet operation, both the indoor unit and the outdoor unit. And I love the outdoor unit because every time the system completes a cycle, the fan runs in reverse and it does a self-cleaning on the gold fin coil coating, which is designed to resist corrosion and extends lifespan. Folks, not BSing here, man. We're 440 microns and still dropping. Beautiful. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. And this stresses the importance of having the right tools for the job. Imagine leaving the Schrader cores in there. We'd still be at 4,000 or 14,000. Maybe we'd still be in high pressure. Use the right tools for the job, folks. Folks, let me ask you a question. All the HVAC techs out there. When you're pumping down a system, taking all that atmosphere out, how low do you go? Or do you just stop at 500 microns and call it a day? Let me get your thoughts and feedback in the comments section down below, guys. How low do you go? You know, I'm sitting here, standing here, watching the microns go from 150, and then there's a long pause. 149, a long pause. And it's got me thinking, you know, I guess daydreaming a little bit. And, you know, I have these, sometimes I create a script on things I should follow or things I should say, but I just want to say thank you to all you guys and gals out there. You know, when I started the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy organization and got IRS 501c3 status, when the Mikey Pipes Pipe Doctor YouTube channel hit 100,000 subscribers, and it feels like it was just yesterday, but It's almost 2 years ago, folks. 2 years ago, 100,000 subscribers, that huge milestone. I got the YouTube silver play button. I got 2 of them, actually. I got one for the office and one for my house, which I keep in the living room. I even framed the letter that they send you when you hit certain milestones. And guys, I just want to say thank you, guys, because I would not be here without you. If you want to donate any amount, if it's minimum $42.50, I'm going to send you a poster free of charge anywhere in the United States. You can donate by PayPal, CashApp, Venmo, Zelle. You want to send me cash or a check in the mail? Send it to me. Make the checks payable to Mikey Pipes Philanthropy, INC. We are at 122 microns here, folks. Look at that. Closed, closed. Yeah, folks. And I'm going to show you how crazy stuff is sometimes, right? Let's open these back up. All right, so now the 3/4 line is open. The 3/8 line is open. We're at 124, 123, 122. Watch, we're going to close that. We're going to close that. Watch how it jumps up a little bit. All right, and then it goes back down. Come on, go back down. Don't make a fool out of me. Damn Eco Tools, micron gauge, go back down. There you go. See? Not too shabby. So how low do you go, folks? We're going to dump the charge. You ready inside? Yeah. Also, to minimize exposure of our vacuum hoses, I put those on immediately, and then I also close off the ports on the top of my vacuum pump. Okay, vacuum pump is done. Let's remove our hoses from the Schrader core removal tools and get the system turned on, because we are charged up. Beautiful. Let's get that back on there. Excellent. And there you have it, folks. A brand new ACIQ Extreme Plus heat pump installed with love at no cost to this an amazing family. Huge shout out to the folks over at ACIQ and our incredible sponsors and every single donor who makes the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy organization possible. Without you, this doesn't happen. If you want to help us bring comfort to more families in need, head on over to pipesforfree.org. Every dollar goes right back into helping our community. My name is Mike Dyke. It's been a pleasure, hopefully entertaining and educating you a little bit. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sponsoring. And as always, stay safe, be well, God bless. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 5 minutes past noon here. The job is complete. And as always, when it's installation day and we get done in a timely fashion, the entire team at that install, we get to relax and celebrate. We celebrate at a different location each time, but we usually end up well, don't be throwing gang signs on my freaking thing.
I don't know no gang signs.
You don't know gang signs, but someone probably does, and they're gonna find you. It looks like what does he look like? A walrus?
I work at
Mr. Magoo. He works at Pipe Talk. That we hire people from the group home for a tax break. Folks, so one of the things that we do after an install. Does that say something, by the way? I think this says something.
Google image and see.
Like fish? I think that says.
Ready? It's so easy.
Oh, he's gonna use Google Translate. Or ChatGPT. Thinking. Looking at a million sites. It says.
Type of Japanese soup stock.
What? You know, we gotta ask the girl. She'll tell us.
Oh, miso soup.
What does this have to do with miso soup chopsticks?
You don't eat your miso soup with chopsticks.
And what does this say, by the way? It says pour here. What do you think that says? You think, what's his name? What's his name? Daniel Tang.
Oh.
Think he reads Chinese? He definitely reads Chinese.
This one was in Japanese.
But that says soy
No
sauce.
way.
Yeah, it said Japanese.
That says soy sauce, you think?
I swear it has to.
It means F you here.
People have 4 searches.
Yeah, but what does it
Oh,
say?
Japanese text, drip proof.
Drip proof. Drip, drip. Drip proof. Drip proof.